My name is Stephanie Mattel. This is now part 2 of my physical assessment. I'm going to start by washing my hands, and we ended with the lungs and thorax, and now we're going to start with the cardiovascular. Okay, so I'm going to inspect my carotid pulses. I can't see any, so that's good. None were bulging out. And I'm going to palpate them. And I forgot in the last one to see if the thorax is, regular size and midline, and it is. I'm going to assess my carotid. I'm going to assess my carotid pulse. And now I'm going to assess my other one. And then I'm going to move on and palpate down I would palpate her PMI, which is also where the apex of the heart is, but she's larger breasted, and for purposes of the video, we will just state that we would be doing that. And then the base of the heart, I will palpate. And then the LSB is down further, but like I said, for purposes of the video, it's a little bit harder. And then I'm going to also auscultate with the bell on my stethoscope, aortic, pulmonic, tricuspid, and apical. So, ape to man is a good way to remember this. Pulmonic, tricuspid, mitral, which is pretty tough. And then we'll say the apical pulse. And I also would use the diaphragm with these two. I would lift this up, like I said, but we'll just show where it would kind of be. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the abdomen. So if you want to go ahead and lie down and move on my props. Have your head down that way. Okay, and if you want to come close, we'll show the abdomen. We're going to inspect the skin. Like I said, if this was a patient with a gown, we would be able to view all of that. So let's just say, for purposes of this, I inspected the skin of the abdomen and the surrounding areas. And I'm going to auscultate, starting in the right lower quadrant, bowel sounds, if there are any. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to kill my back. And I usually stay for, if I hear them right away, then I'll move on. But if I don't, I usually stay for a good 30 seconds. And try again. She does have positive bowel sounds in all 4 quadrants. And then I'm going to use the bell on my stethoscope and assess for the renal arteries. I am actually going to go under her shirt because these are harder to hear. To the right and the left of the umbilicus. Okay. And none of that seemed to bother her, me using my stethoscope on her abdomen, so I'm going to go ahead and palpate. I'm going to start with a lighter palpation, and then I'm going to move a little bit deeper. I'll percuss first. So, and percuss the liver and spleen as well. Check for dullness. And then I'm going to palpate. And then I'm going to have you to breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to do a little bit deeper. Sorry if this hurts. And again, breathe in and then out. Keep moving. In and then out. Okay. And then I'm going to have you sit up and we're going to inspect your lower extremities. Well, I guess I could do it now too if you want to come over here. I'll do I'll do that when you stand up. So right now I'm just gonna assess her skin while she's lying here. Assess the skin and temperature, amount of hair, test for pulses. And then I can test these now actually. Rotate your hips when you stand up. They had them do it when they stood. Okay. Then I'll have you just sit up to the side. Okay. And then I'm going to, also there was no edema. I need to state that she did not have any edema. She was positive for pulses in all areas. And then I'll have you, I'm going to do some first passive range of motion on each leg. And then I'm going to see if the patient can do it herself. Straight and again. And then I'm going to have you spread your legs just a little bit. And then press against my hands. And the other way. Okay, good. And then I'm going to have you stand up and I'm going to palpate your hips and then I'm going to have you turn them as well. Okay, and have you just kind of turn. Okay. Coordination and use of muscles were good during this part of the exam. Okay, and I'm going to have you just bend forward. Okay, and then stand up. Okay, and then I'm going to have you go all the way down and touch your toes. And then back up. And then I'm going to have you kind of hyperextend your back. See how well you tolerate that. Good. Okay, and all of that seemed to work out well. Do you have any problems doing that?
No.
Okay, I'm going to have you sit back down and we're going to go on to the fine motor skills. Okay, and so I'm going to have you first touch your nose. You're going to come closer. You touch your nose with alternating finger.
Light.
Okay. And then I'm going to have you rapidly alternate fingers to thumb. And can you run your heel that way on both sides and then from up to down on both of them as well. Okay, and then I'm going to have you stand up again, sorry. Do the heel to toe test. Oh no, like this, like walk heel to toe. And then you already did the full forward bend and then the Romberg's test. I don't know what that is. Okay, and then again. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands and that completes part 2.